Australia's centre-right Liberal National coalition lost a significant number of seats in the recent federal election to the centre-left Labor Party. However, it wasn't just the right wing that suffered. The LeftWing Greens also faced major losses. The Greens are among Australia's most left-leaning parties. I'd argue that only the Socialist Alliance sits further to the left. On their website, they state, "Capitalism is manifestly unable to resolve the impending climate catastrophe. Capitalism has no answer to the rampant inequality crisis. And capitalist Australia is founded on colonial theft, genocide and dispossession." That sums up their stance quite clearly. The Greens, however, take a slightly softer approach, saying, "Remaking capitalism takes action, not just words." So rather than opposing capitalism outright, they appear to advocate for reforming it. Yet on their People Like Us refugee page, they write, "Capitalism's twin imperatives of privatisation and cheap endless production plunder the earth, destroy our climate and engender mass exploitation. Capitalism both creates and relies upon these structural inequalities for its own survival, and, perhaps the most striking, capitalism is sustained by the flames of racial hatred." Looking at this, perhaps the Greens aren't so different from the Socialist Alliance after all. Here are the results of the 2022 federal election, where the Greens won 4 seats, and here's this year's election results. I'll put them side by side. So far, with 80.8% of the vote counted, the Greens have not won any seats, a complete wipeout for them. According to the ABC, they will likely hold on to the seat of Ryan in Brisbane's western suburbs, with MP Elizabeth Watson-Brown staying in Parliament. Earlier this year, Watson-Brown made headlines for refusing to fly Australia's national flag, which sparked debate. That stance seems to align with the Greens' perspective on Australia Day, as they often refer to it as Invasion Day. They don't seem particularly fond of modern Australia. Leader of the Greens, Adam Bant, or rather soon-to-be former leader, has lost his seat, at least according to the ABC. The count isn't final yet, but a victory for him now seems highly improbable. Interestingly, Bant was quite pleased when opposition leader Peter Dutton lost his seat, tweeting, "Together we have kicked Dutton out." He doesn't seem quite as happy now. Even left-leaning Crikey had a parting shot. Bant was presented with a historic opportunity. Instead, he wrecked his party. Meanwhile, Deputy Leader Mehreen Faruqi appears reluctant to accept Bant's defeat. According to SBS, she remains optimistic, stating, "Faruqi says Greens remain hopeful of Bant victory, rejects leadership speculation." Chandler Mather has lost his seat in the inner-city Brisbane electorate of Griffith. Following his defeat, the Prime Minister took a swipe at him after Chandler Mather described Parliament as a sick place with a toxic culture. According to the ABC, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese suggests Greens responsible for own fall attacks Chandler Mather. Albanese remarked, "Maybe what he needs is a mirror and a reflection on why he's no longer in Parliament." Greens MP Stephen Bates, the member for Brisbane, has also lost his seat, though without much fanfare. Due to the Australian Senate's proportional representation system, the Greens will retain all their Senate seats, holding 11 seats in total. Despite losing multiple lower house seats, they remain a key crossbench party, meaning they still have significant influence over legislation. However, no matter how you look at it, this election has been a major loss for the Greens. While Australia's left-leaning voters were comfortable electing Labor, the Greens may have alienated mainstream voters by focusing on controversial issues rather than their core environmental policies. As a result, their platform appears to have become too extreme for the average punter.